My family and I, we traveled the world, and here is our Marrakech vlog, part 1. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning of the trip. About to head to the airport. I don't know why, but somebody's crying. Thank you, Kai. I definitely overpacked. Now, besides the chaos of actually getting on the flight itself was fine. Kai read all his books and River slept the whole time. And I do mean the whole time, until landing. We made sure to pre-arrange a car pickup that had car seats because that's not always a given. And that goes for anywhere in the world that we've traveled to. As soon as we arrived at the Royal Mansour, we ordered everything. We ordered brochettes and sandwiches and burgers, but quite frankly, River just wanted to eat some fries. And so, yeah, we said, have at it. It's our first evening at the Royal Mansour. Haven't changed, haven't taken photos, haven't done any of the things I normally do. We're just gonna that trip was, getting here was a trip. I'm gonna talk about that later. But for now, let's marvel at just how 6 years later, still as or even more beautiful, so. But of course, not before I tried to grab some selfie style pics because this space, amazing. And this is where I usually record what I'm wearing so I could share on my Instagram stories, etc. You don't need to know that for this purpose, but I will drop links below if you're interested in the look. So let's get on with the day. I will take you through a proper tour later. We're trying to get out of here. It takes that much more time to get out. So no tour right now, we'll get a tour later, but I could give you a sneak peek. I did stay here. Whoa, how do I open this? There we go. I stayed here 6 years ago. Not in this exact riad. I stayed at the riad next door, the number right there. And now we're staying in this one. So it's really great. The property is still, as always, ridiculously beautiful. We're gonna go for a stroll. The grounds here are spectacular, and one thing that's interesting to note is you will almost never see any staff walking around, and that's because they have an underground network of tunnels that take them through the riads. Guests here get their own individual riads with private courtyards, which is also why you don't see people out. Proper tourists. Yes, we're double strollering it through the Medina. The donkey got it, we got it. All right, here at first stop, Shabby Chic. I'm gonna go in. Oh no. Absolutely fine that spot was closed. We have a long list of places to visit, like Al Noor, and this spot is really special. Everything here is made by local women with disabilities. The project aims to support these women by providing them with a creative outlet and financial support, as well as other assistance in the form of skills training, food programs, healthcare, and so much more. They were so kind. They even showed me a little bit of the back room. We definitely had to get some stuff for the boys. But yeah, they do amazing work in sewing and embroidery. You have to add this to your list of things to do in Marrakech. Our next stop was proving a little bit difficult to locate. I think we got a little turned around, a little bit lost. Hallelujah, we found it. Riyadh Yima is a little bit of everything. It's part art gallery, part tea room, part boutique. Definitely a highlight, a place we wanted to stop at. It's the brainchild of Morocco's current most famous living artist, Hassan Hajjaj. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. And it was such a delightful discovery, especially as we almost gave up on it. It's slightly hidden on a quiet alley. It's extremely unassuming. You would think you were knocking on the door of a private home, and then you step in and looking at all the t-shirts on this side. Leaving Riyadh Yima, we ran into a little pop-up of a much larger store called Sufyan Zarib. And this was really more of a showcase of some of the items they have at their larger store. The store attendant was so nice. She gave me directions to the larger shop. I knew just based on what I was seeing here that I needed to see more. So definitely added to the list. We thought we were headed to Max and Jan, and then we got there and found out that they were no longer at this location. Max and Jan had been a really popular concept store in Marrakech, and when they closed, a new shop took over the space. And quite honestly, we loved everything they had in there to offer, from home decor to fashion. The shop was so new when we got there, they didn't even have their website running. So what I would suggest is just map yourself to Soul Food Kesh, which is a restaurant located right on the rooftop of this store. So we did just that. We went upstairs and decided to have some food at Soul Food Kesh. Up and down, with his hand in his mouth.
Hand on your mouth while you go down the stairs.
If you were traveling with strollers like we were, just be warned, there are windy steps. In fact, there are windy steps in a lot of places in Marrakech. So either plan on leaving your stroller downstairs or make sure you have an extra hand to get you up and down. Just trying to decide if I should pick up any like basket bags, or I probably don't need any. It's very tempting. I love how you get called, like, you know, the trick is folks may want to get your attention, and so you get called all kinds of names. Hope is that one of those names will connect. Anywho, let me pay attention.
Okay, you're just in the middle of the street.
It's a wrap for day one. Headed back to the hotel. Not really gonna do any nighttime things, just gonna plan off for tomorrow. Yes, let's go.
2, 3, go.
The next morning, while the hubby hung out with the kids, I was able to take a moment to do a video shoot with local photographer Nezi. He is just extremely talented. I'm going to drop his information in the description box below, but we were able to capture just some great moments at the hotel. Marrakech can be overwhelming. There's so much stuff you're going to want to capture. So to me, it really made sense to hire a local photographer who knows all the angles and corners. While normally my husband takes my photos and videos, because we're traveling with the kids, sometimes it could be a little much. So it's just that much easier to hire a local professional. And then it was back to our Riyadh, back upstairs to get the guys so we could head out for another full day.
Yay!
Well, one person didn't want to play. We decided to check out the Ensemble Artisanal. We'd heard that this was one of the very few places where you could shop all the same items you find in the souks without haggling. Alright, so we come into this complex because it's a no haggling complex. You find a lot of the similar stuff that you would find in the souks, but you don't have to deal with bartering and haggling. And it's funny because sometimes when you're in the souks, you're like, oh my god, it's so crazy, I just need some calm. And then we came here and it's like, oh my god, it's too calm. Can't win. So back into the Medina we went, and we ran into this lovely boutique. If you love bright prints, florals, this boutique should be on your list. It's called Marrakech. It was also another new one.
I mean, the shop is new. That's why our articles, like this is our one article that we have in the house.
Now the thing about souks is they can seem overwhelming, but there's really a pattern and structure to them. Souks essentially are markets, and there are souks that specialize in different things. So if you need carpets and rugs, there's carpet souks. If you need lighting, jewelry, leather goods, there's a souk that specializes in that. You're likely headed into the Medina to check out the souks, but the Medina, or the Old Town historical city center of Marrakech, has so much to offer in the form of restaurants, mosques, gardens, and of course, independent boutiques. So we're gonna check out a few of those. Time to eat. We love it here, not just because the food's really good, but also because it's such a relaxing oasis in the middle of the hustle and bustle of the Medina. Wow, dude was thirsty. Super thirsty. We like not overdoing it, taking it slower, and calling it in at a decent hour so everyone can relax and the kids can get to bed. And there's always tomorrow. It's early morning, and to start the day, I'm at the spa. I'm going to get a hammam. I've never actually done one. Even when it's supposed to be comparable to a Turkish bath, but even when I was in Turkey, I didn't do one, so we'll see. Okay, I'm going in. 75 minutes. I'll have an update very shortly. That was brilliant. Yeah, I think I have been washing completely wrong, and I use a washcloth. That is the right amount of exfoliating, so it doesn't seem to be something you do every single day, but like once a week, yeah. Now on to a little rooftop breakfast with the boys. Just absolutely beautiful up here. Ooh. Oh, nope. Yep, it's time to check out of here, but we still have plenty to do in Marrakech. We're going to be heading over to our next stop. I'm going to give you a little preview of what's to come next, so do stay tuned, do share this, do subscribe, and come back for part 2 of Marrakech.
Riv.
Do you need?
We haven't.